Sorry, I'm trying to... put something together for the Arch-Tempered Valhazak. Give me a sec. Oh, fuck, that's right. How do we do this? I think I got it. Sure, why not? I haven't seen anything on it yet, because I don't, like, you know my opinion on spoilers. And how the Monster Hunter team is the worst team when it comes to spoilers. I mean, I knew Arch-Tempered Valhazak was coming, but I don't expect any major differences, considering that Kieran wasn't different that much. They just basically increased the AoE of his attacks, so Valhazak, I just imagine they just reduced his recovery speed. Whoops. I'm not even online right now, so I don't even have the chance of someone joining. Sure, why not? Let's get one shot. Why do I have that? I'm half expecting them to have made it so you can't use miasma gems to resist his stuff. But that seems like it would just be too far. Like, that would just be a little bit too far. Don't spoil it for me. Oh, I see they have the Forced Odogaron Valhazak Turf War, which could only happen in a very, very rare situation. On the optional quest for Valhazak. Can't happen on investigations or anything like that, because monsters aren't allowed to spawn alongside the Elder Dragon. This is one specific exception. Oh my god, I didn't even eat. Well, it doesn't matter anyways, because Valhazak doesn't come out for like 15 seconds. Because he has to walk through the giant pool of water. Oh well. Oh, what the fuck? They don't spawn him down there? That's cool for once. They actually changed something so it isn't guaranteed. Are you gonna attack him? Nope, never mind. See you later, bud. They just made him have rainbow skin. Hey look, it's a holographic Valhazak. Oh my holy shit, yep. That's exactly... They made it deal double the damage. Shut your yak. Don't you dare. I knew you were gonna do that too. Oh, the multiple hitboxes. Oh man, I expected that to do a lot more damage. I didn't guard fast enough. This is gonna suck. Actually, no, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Thank you. Papa bless. Oh shit, he actually follows up. They changed that. It's not just like a fake out anymore. Fuck off, you little Gyros fucks. You too, fuck off, doggo. Buzz off, dog meat. Yeah, I saw that coming. It's pretty much programmed for it to happen. He looks like someone has fumed metal. He has some of the same metallic colors that Lunastra has in its shaders. Huh? Wow, what a fucker. See, unlike Kieran, and Lunastra, the Lance is just so disgusting against Valhazak. Because everything he does can be blocked. At least his normal form, every single thing that he can do can be blocked. Oh, that's double health drain. Stop the health drain. Stop. Just destroying this boy. He's like not even anything. Compared to Arch-Tempered Kieran, this is like fighting a baby who can't even fight back. Like, this baby's worst fucking thing that he's got is his bad gas, which I can't stand smelling. And even then, it's just like, whatever. I'll just counter your world. You block my world on fire. See, this one I'll easily be able to do over and over and over again. Arch-Tempered Kieran, I didn't even bother getting the fucking... the transmog. I just couldn't be bothered. Too easy. What's up, Hyro? Nice ×2 voucher bonus. Should give you gleaming stream stones out the wazoo. The wazoo. I wonder what his gamma armor is gonna be like. You see that? I actually moved my character during the loading screen. I didn't spawn in where you normally spawn in. I spawned in forward because I moved my character There's a brief period of time in the loading screen where you can hold forward on the analog stick and it'll move your character. It's just not showing the game world because it's not fully rendered yet. Already, helm, disappointing. Chest. What? Why that? Why dragon attack? Yeah. So, if you want a dragon attack build with super recovery, I guess, like this piece, if you're using a dragon attack weapon, is pretty disgusting, actually. That's just like almost no weapon in the game. Even Valhazak weapons benefit from having level 5 dragon attack. So just straight out the bat, this armor is not going to be nearly as good as this shit. But I am interested in these. I got 2 tickets from one go. Oh, I'm a lucky boy. What's up, Rasan? Is it... Wait, let's see what this shit looks like. Oh. Just the metal? That's like what I guess it's supposed to look like by default. Sure. I know that's not what I'm actually going to look like, but what does my armor actually look like when it's that color? Wow. That is such an obnoxious shade of purple. I kind of wish they would add weapons for them, but whatever. I need to get more tickets. Oops. There, we got one piece of it. Can't use it in this build, but maybe I'll find a build to use it in. Sorry, I keep hacking up so much. I don't even think it really matters what I get, but maybe defense matters. Maybe. That's where my ugly clothes that have such a contrasting color to the ground. Vroom! Excuse me, doggo. Whoops. Well, starting goof is no good. Dang, yeah, that's like a fucking... It's like a mister versus a pinched off hose. Except for the hose just blew the end off from so much pressure. Oh shit, I should have turned the other way. Can you two preoccupy each other for a sec? Yeah, doggo. Get him. I wish there were bonus objectives in Monster Hunter. Kill the Odogaron. Whoops, that was an accidente. Fat finger. Sleepy time. Nappy bombs. Kaboom! That was a mistake. I should have held it for longer. Oh, I let go of my guard a second too late. Flabberdiskets. This one isn't going as well as my other one was. That's because I keep making really novice mistakes. I broke your crotch, dude. What are you gonna do about it? Oh shit, I gotta be careful. Gesundheit. How did you miss, you dumbass? Shut up. You just missed the biggest opportunity of your life, and you're not gonna get another one. That's right, you better run. Oh, give a doggo a lick. I fucking turned around like an idiot. Why did I do that? No, he's gonna fall on top of me because I didn't power guard. He didn't even hit me with that because my power guard lowered me to the ground, like I tell people how guard lowers your hitbox. So stuff that would have hit you if you were standing didn't hit you because the guard is actually shorter than the actual attack. You really need that many layered sound effects, Capcom? Hey, get out of the way, bud. I don't want any issues. I say as I run into him. What do you mean the parry thing at the wrong time? And what do you mean? I do guard into him and away from him all the time. It's literally what I was doing for the first half of the fight. My hand just gets tired of doing the rotation. See, in that situation, I wanted to get behind him to hit his tail. See, in that situation, I would have been fine, but what happened is I power guarded and let go of the input too early. Like that. Which I gotta stop doing, because I wasn't doing it my first time around. Oh yeah, that's right, I need to sharpen. And you see how not having a health regen weapon would make it so that you can barely survive in this? See, that was my mistake. I did the jumping thrust instead of the shield thing like I was telling you. And he's done. I don't know what you mean. And no, I don't have the option turned on. Why would I? That's so stupid. I don't know who would ever want that. Yay! Play with who? What the fuck are you on about? Oh, you're just talking about in general. For a second I thought you were talking about me specifically, but no. I know what the purpose of it is. I'm just saying, why the fuck would you use it? Yeah, I want pop-up notifications every time someone comes online. So when they have a problem with their Wi-Fi and it goes online, offline, online, offline, online, offline, it totally isn't an annoying thing like happens on Steam. I totally want that, dude. I wanted that every day of my life. Didn't you know I wanted that, dude? Really, there's nothing here. It's just a bunch of garbage. Death Stench layered armor? Oh my god, they finally gave a decent set of armor to fucking transmog into. Oh my goodness. See, I never even bothered getting the Kieran one, because who the fuck cares? Blech. That's my opinion. Let's go get the Death Stench stuff. We're gonna have to do this a lot, dude. What the fuck? What would I don't know what would do that better, to be honest. Let's see what we can do with this. Wait. 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 I'm just trying to think of what I can do with what I got. Where's my other recovery gem? Oh, Dumbo. If only you didn't need the 3 miasma gems for fighting Valhazak. Also, give me 1 second, I need to upgrade that piece of armor. Let's try it out. Oh, wait, I forgot to upgrade the armor piece. Great. 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 No. Good job, boy. No, splat. Splat a pot of epitome on top of me. Dancing with the devil. You suck, doggo. Find a new day job. He hits like dog shit, dude. Oh my god, I just killed a pretty little auger fly. Stop moving forward minute amounts. I have a feeling that this is going to be nowhere as close to as fast as the Lance was. With the Lance, you're just stunning it non-stop because it's Elder Seal. This doesn't have Elder Seal, but it's my only dragon-type weapon with 2 health regen augmentations on it. Which is really crucial to doing the health regen build because it gives you a... Even though it's only a tiny bit more health regen on a hit, that little extra percentages makes the lower percents heal you for a lot more. So when you're hitting with baby hits, like the sword mode file attacks, Let me fucking move, you asshole game. He predicted where my attack was going. Asshole. Oh my word, that took so much longer. Or at least I feel like it did. It feels like that took like 20 minutes, dude. I think it actually did take 20 minutes. Oh yeah, I never streamed yesterday, so I never got to tell this story on stream. Or, I really shouldn't call it a story, because it's not like it happened a long time ago. It happened literally yesterday. But, I was in the middle of playing a game. I think I was playing some Neo or something like that, and I'd just gotten done doing an SOS. And I had gotten a cigarette ready to go outside, and as soon as I stepped out the door, I heard this, like, chirping sound of, like, a bird that was being attacked. And I looked over to, like, I sort of peeked around the corner of the thing a little bit just to see what it was while I was putting my shoes on. And my neighbor's cats were attacking this little tiny thrush. This little baby... Well, it wasn't even a baby bird. They're just really, really tiny, gentle, lightweight birds. And they were attacking the thing, and it was just laying in the grass, like, squawking and stuff like that. So I got out my, like, red-colored hat and just, like, wrapped it up in the hat so it wouldn't be, like, cold and wet in the grass in the morning and shit like that. But I think the cat, like... when it pounced on it, I think it broke one of its bones or something like that, because even though it lived for a little bit, it lived for probably like 30 minutes or so, it eventually just like spazzed out a little bit and then just died. It was like progressively its breathing was getting more and more like and its entire mouth was like opening up, and I was like, birds don't normally breathe that heavily. It wouldn't be the first time that I've rescued a bird, though. I mean, that one, I guess you technically wouldn't call it rescued because it didn't make it, but I've rescued little baby ducklings before. They get separated from their mom in the areas where they have dams, and they get stuck in these little pools. And it's like, you have to go down, you have to rescue these things because they're just sitting there peeping and stuff like that. And you have to feed them very small, like pellet food. And sometimes they don't even eat because they're so scared and they just want warmth and their mother, basically. But a lot of the time it's impossible to find the actual mother it belonged to. And then after you pick it up and it smells like you, the duck mother won't take it back because it smells you on the duckling. So you have to just take care of it, and then when it gets older you can just release it as a grown duck when it can survive on its own. And I've had multiple of those things happen where cats will attack a bird but they don't kill it, and then the bird's sitting there with like a broken wing on the ground and it needs time to recover, but the cats will just keep chasing after it. They're not going to kill it, they're just going to keep like tossing it in the air for fun and shit like that. So normally if they don't kill it, I'll take it and I'll take care of it for a little bit. I know how to make like a miniature aviary for a bird. It's fairly easy as long as you have the tools to do it. Just get a tall box or like a trash bin, cut out all four sides so that it just is the corner pieces as pillars. Get some wire mesh and just wire mesh the inside of it so the little bird can't get out, but there's still plenty of light that's getting inside so it doesn't feel like it's completely enshrouded. And then you just add a couple sticks and stuff across so it can, once it gets its strength back, it can hop up on the things, and you put a little bit of water and shit like that in there. It's very easy to make a tiny little aviary for resuscitating birds. They normally don't take that long to heal unless they suffer permanent damage. Plus, living inside like that is normally terrible for those birds, so normally as soon as they heal, which normally takes them a couple weeks or so, you let them go. Preferably you put them in the least used room in your house, because it'll be, the bird itself will be very noisy. But make sure it gets plenty of sun and stuff like that. You can see out of its thing, because the second it gets the strength enough to fly and you can see it trying to fly, you can just open up the top of the container like you would normally and just let him fly outside. He might even come back because he might imprint a little bit on you. All you need to do is just feed him mealworms and grubs, and you can buy those at fish and tackle shops non-stop. Preferably buying live ones is better because they like it to be wriggling and shit, and that's mostly what they eat, is mealworms, grubs, actual earthworms, small insects, stuff like that, anything like that. Most animals, especially when they're hurt, are way friendlier than you think. They'll have that moment of stress, and then they calm down a little bit once. Again, the warmth of your body a lot of the times helps a lot. So I normally, like, and in the case of a bird, I'll get a hat, like a toque for winter or something like that, a nice soft plushy hat, and I'll put it in them so they can get that little like nesty feel at the bottom of it and stuff like that. They always seem to enjoy it. It's why you always see when people like transport birds or do something to them, they cover their face because it calms them down for whatever reason. So just put them in a little hat and just close the hat gently on them so there's just a little light. That's what I've done. I mean, your results may differ, but I've also had a friend who rescued a falcon. You can even look up the videos. Well, actually, I don't know if his videos are still on YouTube of it, but if you look up Magic Hoo-Ha on YouTube, even though I'm not that big of friends with the guy anymore, I still always thought that that was very interesting. It's spelled literally Magic Hoo-Ha. The word magic and then W-H-O-H-A. And search Falcon on his channel or that related to his channel and you should be able to find the video if it's still posted. It's cool because he didn't even have like a big aviary for it. He literally just let it inside of its house and it never attacked his daughter and never attacked him, and after a while it just, because it got attacked by other birds and was down in the yard and was all soaking wet in a bunch of bushes, so he just gently picked it up on his arm with a jacket on and brought it inside and just placed it inside to dry out. And then when it started to like flap its wings and stuff at him, he just stuck his arm back out to it. At least this is what he said, because not all of it's on video, obviously. You couldn't like grab the falcon and do all this shit with the camera at the same time, but he does show footage and like is talking behind the camera with the falcon inside of the house and stuff like that. And you see the bird just eyeballing him with his body and everything, but the bird's just trying to dry out because it was just soaking wet and couldn't take off because it was too heavy. And it was trying to hide in the bushes from the other birds that were trying to attack it. That being said, when handling birds of prey like that, you do want to make sure you have a jacket on and gloves. Because even if they don't try to attack you or nip your fingers, they do have really, really sharp talons that can dig into your skin really easily. So having something thick and weighty on helps. Here, let's join an online session. People always write birds off, or a lot of people write birds off as not being smart or understanding and stuff, and I always tell people most things in distress are a lot more willing to let things help them than you'd be surprised. As long as, like I said, you're not trying to attack it, you're not trying to hurt it, you're not putting excess pressure on the thing's body parts. As long as you're just being nice and gentle with it, a lot of the time the animal is fine. It only sees you as a threat if you start to hurt it. I've always been one of those people that's had oddly enjoyable experiences with birds, even though I'm not a bird person. It's not that I don't like birds, it's just that birds are not my favorite class of animal. There are some really, really cool birds, but average birds are just things that make noise. Some of them, though, like I said, are really cool. I like blue jays, even though they're assholes. Some people hate blue jays, but I love them. Just because of how they will chase off birds that are almost double their size. Just because they're so territorial and angry towards things. They're also very noisy. They have unique sounds and stuff that not a lot of other birds make sounds that reminisce of, except for things in the jay family. I've also talked about how I like blue herons. Yeah, blue herons. Great blue herons. The long-legged fisher birds. We get those along the river all the time here. Oh, I never been hit by that, but not going to ever again. I fainted? Okay. It's a good end screen, though. Whatever. It's not like those guys were gonna survive for the next 8 to 10 minutes anyways. I need a weapon with Elder Seal, too. You really do need a weapon with Elder Seal against him. Mm. Actually, I kind of want the armor piece first. The light armor can come last. I want that coil. Alright, sorry about that. Oh, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Sorry, I'm just messing around trying to make a build for the thing that they just released. Hmm. I wish I could take one of that dragon attack off a piece of armor. Because really it only gets benefit from having level 2 dragon attack. It's alright, I've been doing some gardening recently. I just barely took some of the suckers off the tomato and I'm trying to make clones of them. I have them in on the kitchen table. I don't have a plastic dome, but as long as they're not in direct sunlight, I don't think that matters too much. They're not going to get any heavy light sitting inside. They're just going to get a little bit of light through the curtains. And that's, when I say a little bit, I mean just enough like that would illuminate the room during the day. Not like actual sunlight. So. Oh yeah, that's right. Elementless has no point being there. That's one thing I could have taken off. Sorry, I can never remember where I put anything. No, I never do that. With tomatoes that are indeterminate, I never top them. You never want to top them. Not unless you have really restricted space. If you have the space for them to grow upwards, let them grow upwards, because the way a tomato plant grows is like every node that's other than a node, when it gets to a certain height with an indeterminate tomato plant, it'll shoot out a little thing of flowers. And if you let the plant grow to like 6 to 7 foot before you let some of the actual branches form near the top, you reduce the plant weighing itself down, and you increase the amount of tomatoes that grow, and you reduce the amount of rot, because a lot of the underside is trimmed out from taking out all the leaves and the suckers. At least if you're trying to do cherry tomatoes. Again, they're indeterminate. With determinate tomato plants, it's sort of the opposite. You don't want to prune them at all until they're all the way at their full height and you start to see flowers. Then you can start taking the suckers and stuff off of them. Unless you're trying to single stem them. But I find that with bigger tomato plants, the plant does better if you have like 4 or 5 main stems that stem out of like a bigger one. Because then you can more easily tie it up around it on stakes and like weave it. And I find, again, that works better. That's what I used to do when I had my bigger garden. But now I have a much smaller one, and I just have a couple tomato plants. And one of them was doing really good, so I wanted to capture how fast it was growing in another pot. Because it's grown like a half a foot in like a week and a half, and has shot off like 2 to 3 groups of blossoms, which I've hand pollinated. Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. I'm sitting far away from my computer, man. Yeah, I know what you mean. You defoliage the ground and... up to a certain point, anyways. Then all the tomatoes can hang nicely in the shade, in the air, and you don't risk rot or bugs getting onto them very often. And again, I like to do like a staking. I'll start out with a small cage. Like, I prefer the little 4-foot cages, and I'll sort of just use that as a base for the plant when it's small. But as it gets taller, I'll put 2 to 3 stakes around the plant, and then I'll just tie the highest points up to the stakes, so that any additional weight that would try to pull it down, it can't. And I use that, oh shit. I forgot to put on miasma resistance. I knew I was missing something. Damn. Oh man, the no miasma resistance is really killing me. And miasma again. Oh my word. Well, I'm gonna have to go not do that. Let me be right back real quick. I have to remember to change that. I have to swap it out for something. I don't know what I'm gonna swap it out for, but it has to be swapped out for something. I still need to change the helmet on this build. Oh fuck, I went the wrong way. I love this goofy pair of pants. Oh yeah, it's a creeping plant. I'm well aware of that. I accidentally discovered that when I was a kid. So I've been doing that ever since without even knowing that it was cloning. Because what I accidentally did was, when I was working in the garden when I was a kid, I accidentally, because I was like weeding the garden, and me being a kid, I was being a little rough because I was like angry at something, and I snapped a plant. But I didn't want them to, like, really notice. So, like, I just, like, buried the plant even further into the ground than it already was. So it just looked like a small version of the plant. And the plant, like, wilted really bad. And I was like, oh, shit, it's definitely gonna die. Me being, like, 8 to 9 years old. And after a couple weeks, even though it was in direct sunlight, it somehow pulled through, even though all of the vegetation, like, browned. There was just a little bit of new green growth on it after a couple weeks. And it was rooted into the ground again. And by the end of the grow season up here, it had, like, a moderate amount of small tomatoes on it. Nothing impressive, but it was just impressive the fact that it even survived. But yeah, that's all I did was, like, I broke the plant in half. So me as a kid, instead of just leaving the bottom half of the plant, because again, I didn't understand much about plants, I just dug up the half of the plant that would have just grown anyways, because it still had green, and I just fucking lost it. Even though I wasn't the first person to die, I just died because I wasn't focusing on healing enough. I need to just start using my lance again. I keep trying to use these other weapons, and I need to go back to using the lance for this monster. Getting hit by it is just too big of a risk. I don't know how I take so low damage with it with that other build. I'm glad I saved it though. Oh yeah, at my old place, when I had all the soil and the compost at like a 6.7 pH level or so, I could get the tomatoes because they would get direct sunlight for almost 9 to 10 hours a day. The only reason I didn't get a full 12 during the summer is because of one tree that was in the yard that shaded them when the sun was going down for a little bit. But besides that, they got sun pretty much all day, and they were like, they had me, because I had figured out that if you just started plucking all the little suckers off, you would basically force the plant to grow like ridiculously tall. And so my mother had these board things. I can't remember what they're actually called, but they're made for hanging plants that are like vines that grow up like the sides of buildings, and people would use them in like movies and stuff like that to climb up the sides of houses. But we had a couple of those, and instead of using it for that purpose, I actually used it in the garden, and I like used a piece of 2x4 to nail two of them together in like a row, and then put them into the ground alongside the tomato plants, and then did, like I was saying, I just weaved the little top stem, because they were just single stems with leaves on it going all the way up, and I just weaved them in between that as they kept going up and up. And they got to the point where I had to get a ladder to, or not a ladder, like one of those, I mean it is a ladder, but one of the ones that just break open, and then you place it on the ground and then you climb up it. You had to do that to get to the top, to pick the things off the top of it, because there were so many of them. And it was so tall by the end of the season. It's why I like growing indeterminate tomatoes and not the determinate type. I should have figured that that would have aired out, because I'm like looking at shit and talking and trying to eat something at the same time. "100 miles a minute. That's what I'm known for. And then, of course, however you choose to do it, where I live, a lot of the bumblebee populations have dropped. And not only that, the tomato plant is right next to a rose that has a bunch of beautiful flowers on it. So, like, 90% of the time, the bumblebees want nothing to do with the tomato plant. Because the tomato plant doesn't have a lot of pollen for them to gather, and it's not really a nectar-bearing flower. So they literally only go to it if it's, like, the last thing that they haven't gone to, and bees haven't marked every single other flower yet. And then, of course, there's the chance that they're pollinated by wind if you have decent wind in your area. But then you don't want it to be too much wind that it actually, like, hurts the plant. Because then the tomatoes on it that are there might get, like, blown off, or it might get damaged where the, like, tomatoes were blown so hard that they didn't get blown off, but it, like, ripped down the side of the plant, and then you have this giant dangling piece of the plant with the, like, fruits on it. Because I've had that happen a couple of times when it gets wind. The, like, actual part of the anchor or the knuckle that's, like, connected into the plant gets just dragged down, and it rips down the side of the plant because of high winds. Oh my god, I didn't change my build, did I? Oh well. Get good or suffer the consequences. Get good. Yeah, I think I've talked about that on my stream before, though, because we had the same thing with carrots around here. Some dude grew a lot of carrots on a farm, and then the dude who was the farmer died and didn't, like, no one in his family took care of the field, so a bunch of the plants that were good at propagating, like carrots, because they're, when they actually grow to full maturity and are allowed to have the little blossoms and stuff on them that they do, they can propagate like a weed too, and they all of a sudden just started ending up everywhere because people would drive along the side of the road near where this dude's farm was, and they'd pick up seeds and like the mud in their tires from the dirt roads and like bring them everywhere, and pretty soon you have these carrots that are growing wild all over the place that were caused by some farmer's garden like 15-20 years ago. Because they spread by air, and they have, when a carrot actually gets to full maturity, because normally when people harvest carrots, people wouldn't even know that those things actually flower, because if the carrot gets to that point, then it's not good for eating. I'm kind of doing the new arch-tempered stuff, dude, but I can give you advice, because if you weren't aware, because Monster Hunter doesn't tell you this, or at least Monster Hunter World, when you're in multiplayer, monsters have 2.6 times more health. Not only that, they're also more rampant, and they do more consecutive attacks on the same person, meaning you have a higher likelihood of being hit multiple times in a row. Whereas in single player, he tends to just bob and weave in between you and your Palico, or the tail raiders that you may have. Oh my god, it is not worth tackling through that. Because trust me, if I help you with your story, it's just going to be me doing most of the damage. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm an asshole or anything. I'm just being completely honest. It's going to be me, and at the end of the mission, it's going to say, Dob, damage dealer, with like 8,000 to 9,000 damage, and it's going to feel like you did nothing, and it's not going to be rewarding at all. And again, I'm just being honest with you, because unless I literally put on garbage, I'm gonna deal more damage, just because I know more about the weapons than your average person, being that I use every single weapon. I don't just stay on one weapon. Sorry, man. Like I said, if you want any tips or advice on what to get or what to do, I can help you with that, because trust me, just having other people carry you through the game is not going to help you get better at the game. Don't keep playing the game with the illusion that somehow getting one specific monster's armor set is going to change the whole game for you. Because if you haven't looked at my character already, I'm not wearing a single piece of armor from the same set. I'm wearing a head from a monster called Basil, the Damascus chest piece, which is basically just like a ore type thing. I'm wearing an Uragon coil. I'm wearing the Diablos Nero gloves, so that's Black Diablos. And then I'm also wearing Dante's stuff from the Devil May Cry crossover. I'm wearing his legs. Give me all my health back in one swing, motherfucker. I know the other guy healed me, but I also would have gotten a lot of health back from that. Dang it. Oh my god, I fucking died. Because I keep using tackle against a boss that hits like for 1,000 fucking damage. That tears it. What the fuck did I do with that build? Where the hell did it go? What the fuck? Didn't I just barely make? I'm going fucking insane right now. That's not the one I just made, though. What the where the fuck did I... This is why you label shit, you fucking idiot. I can't find it. I can't fucking find what I did with it. Seriously, what the fuck did I fucking do with it? I made it, and I know I saved it. Did it fucking not save? What the fuck? Where? Fuck this game. I know I made that build, and I know I saved it, because I commented on the color, and I remember seeing the color in the fucking thing. This fucking game pisses me off with that kind of shit. If it prompts you with something that doesn't save your fucking game, how about giving you an automatic prompt to save your fucking game? Assholes. Now I'm just fucking pissed off at this fucking shitty game. I know I made that stupid fucking build, and I fucking saved it. Fuck this dumbass game. Really, just fuck it. Well, here, now we have to fucking remake the build all over again. Didn't I replace that one too? How couldn't I find that before? I scrolled through every single one, and that color was not showing up. Doesn't fucking matter. Stupid fucking multiplayer artificial difficulty is 90% of what gets you killed anyways. If you're the person who keeps getting fucking quadruple attacked, then you're gonna die. Because unless you have fucking evade extender and a bunch of bullshit on your build that has nothing to do with dealing damage, then you're not gonna be able to avoid anything. But then if you do that, then you're not gonna do any damage, so it's gonna fucking take forever. Because you need a bunch of fucking special-ass bullshit just to not fucking die all the time. Why even waste your goddamn time in multiplayer with this shit, honestly? I don't know why people fucking bother. Why do people even fucking bother PvP? Like, why? Why do you even bother playing with other people? It's so garbage. And then if it isn't that, it's the shitty fucking connections where people don't even want to do it by themselves because everyone's done it by themselves. So they want to do it in multiplayer, but no one can do it in multiplayer because multiplayer is so fucking bullshit. It's retarded. It's not even fun because of how fucking bullshit it is. I beat it earlier, and he was hitting me for, like, little baby taps of damage and shit, regardless of what I was, like, wearing. Now, multiplayer, he gets enraged, 90% of my HP goes away in one hit. This is the main problem with this game's multiplayer. Helping someone in the lower shit is too easy and not rewarding. And the late game shit is just so bullshit and annoying that it's not fun. I beat him earlier with a lance. I used, what? 1 health potion the entire fight and a health booster. That was it. Let's see how much damage he hits me for now. Not even that high a defense. Oh wait, that's right. I'm using a lance, so he's not gonna hit me. Only my teammates will. And there's not much I can really do about that armor-wise. I could use Valhazak Greaves. Well, or his coil. Look at all these noobs in their temporal mantles with their weapons that can't guard. Oh my god. Yep, saw that coming. Holy fuck, stop doing that! There wasn't even anyone there! That's what I mean when I say the AI is fucking horse shit in this game. There's not even anyone there, and it jumped halfway across the map just to turn its entire fucking body into a goddamn hitbox. Like, fuck you, game developer. Literally fucking asinine. Bye. Wow, dude. Insensitive much? Lol. Joking. Lol. You died. Lol. Lol. You died. Lol. You died. Lol. Lol. You died. Great job, fuckboy Areno Tarantino. Congratulations. Oh, it's a post. They call me the postman. Oh, Mr. Postman. Postman. Mr. Postman. The culturally challenged mail delivery guy. Mr. Postman. Mr. Thanks, my boy, with the stags. Alright, you just sit here. Thanks, bud. I am Groot. Look at how much I'm being staggered. It literally was moving my character back. See, what happened was... I like that guy's call out. That guy's actually got the best call out I've seen so far in the game. You see, what happened was... I was gonna put, boy, you gonna wind up dead as my faint call out, but I think people would have already think, I'm already dead. And then it's like, why didn't you just put, oh my, Shinderu as your call out. And just go full weeb. Lol, you weeb. Lol, lol, you weeb. Lol, you weeb. Lol, lol, you weeb. Weebs. You filthy weeaboo. Weeaboos. Weeaboo. You want to be English correct, you gotta say weeaboo. Weeaboo. Or wabu. Wabadabadoobda. Flobnabadoopdip. Lol. Dragon Bone Stabber. Doesn't look like a stabbing weapon. It's not quite what I imagine when I think of a stabbing weapon. You know what I mean? Jiggabean. Jiggadid, diggadid, diggadid, biggadid bean. Jiggadid, diggadid, diggadid, jiggadid, diggadid, diggadid. All of a sudden you're a guitar. You have ascended. See, like, why? I can't understand. Of all hunting horns, why they have to put all melody effects extended on this one. Who would ever want to use that? Ooh, shiny. Like somebody else's future. Shiny and reflective. Sir. Some of it's refracting. You have to blow out the nasal every time you give me assistance. It's me talking to myself. Assistant. Nasal guy. Nase boy. Also known as the nostril apostle. Trademarked. What's the matter? You don't want to be friends with the nostril apostle? Well, I'm gonna have to go get more Nergigante gems. That's fine, I just wanted that for the laugh of it anyways. Now, about that build improvement. Wait, it only goes up to 270? Oh, forgot to put gloves. Or I took them off accidentally. There you go. Now I'm never gonna miss the build in my slots again. Problem fucking solved. Done with. And I don't look half bad. I look like a guy you wouldn't want to fuck with. I look like a guy you wouldn't want to have truck steak with. I look like a guy I'd make truck steak out of you with. And then stick it on my armor. Timo! Remo! Believo! Excuse me. No. Oh, honey. Zuz. Zuz, zuz, zuz. Stop! That's so retarded!
Fuck, I wasn't fast enough on the follow-up attack.
doggo. I haven't even had a chance to heal myself once. I put my laptop in. It's on low battery. Doggo, no. See you later, doggo. Don't. I am holding the other direction on the controller, even after holding the other side. It should have auto-turned. I like did a half circle to the other side, knowing that it would flip me, and it still didn't respond properly to its own backwards bullshit. And that's what you don't understand, is I was doing the right input for that. The game just still responded incorrectly. what the fuck? Well, I didn't waste my bombs, and I'm glad I didn't. What? What? I know there ain't no iframes in that part of the roll. Stop knocking me over! We finally did it in co-op. I never managed to beat Arch-Tempered Kieran in co-op with anyone. But we did it with fucking Valhazak. We did it. It only took a guy healing us the entire time. But we did it. What is that guy's build? Wide range Mushroom Mancer earplugs build. Ooh, and a lance augmentation. Too bad I needed an orange one. Yeah. That guy was using everything he could to keep everyone alive. Good soldier. He's a good hunter. He's doing the system justice right now, because no one else wants to be him. And just baby other people to death. I mean, no joke, he probably did save me a good couple of times. But I think most of the time I could have gotten a heal or two in. Without dying. Anyways. I'm going to get off pretty soon. If not, yeah. I think I'm just going to get off now. I was going to play for 15 more minutes or so, but I don't think I'd just do it again anyways. I'll be back on tomorrow. If I'm not playing with Hyro, that is. And I'll try to finish up getting the rest of that stuff. And the Death Stench. Wait, actually. Before I go, let's check on that. Did I get the lucky 2? No, I only got 1. Never mind. Well, we'll have to check that out tomorrow. Till next time. Peace out, everyone.